One plays like the game owes him nothing. The other plays like the game is his birthright. Two players, one crown, and only one path forward. One was anointed early, the boy wonder from Slovenia. Cold, calculating, already a legend overseas. Before touching an NBA court, he slows the game to his tempo, makes giants look confused. He doesn't talk, he just takes your soul, one step back at a time. The other, born in the fire, laughed his way into superstardom. He wants your best defender. He wants the moment. He lives for the lights, the pressure, the weight. They call him Ant, but he's the wolf leading the pack now. This isn't a rivalry born of history. It's born of destiny. The game is evolving. Only one of them can wear the crown. This year, the playoffs aren't just about rings. They're about legacy. They're about whose face lives on the banners, in the ads, on the tongues of the next generation. So buckle in, because this isn't just a matchup. This is Luka Dončić versus Anthony Edwards, and the future is watching. They were never meant to share the same throne. For a while, the story was simple. Luka Dončić was the chosen one. At 19, he didn't just enter the league, he grabbed it by the throat. Triple doubles, clutch buckets, MVP talks before he could rent a car in the US. He was global, polished, unbothered, already a pro killer from Europe's toughest league. The league whispered, this is the guy. But while Luka was making highlight tapes in Madrid, a storm was brewing in Georgia. Anthony Edwards, rough edges, big laughs, bigger game. He wasn't polished, he wasn't predictable, he was explosive, electric, and absolutely unafraid. And while Luka was getting compared to Larry Bird and LeBron, Ant was hearing things like too raw, too loose, too much flash. So what did he do? He worked, he grew, and he waited until 2023 when the game shifted. Minnesota didn't just make the playoffs. Ant carried them like a man possessed. Game after game, moment after moment, he looked like the real future. And somewhere in Dallas, Luka felt it, that familiar heat, that challenge. Not from a vet, not from KD, not from Steph, not from LeBron, but from this kid, this American spark plug who wouldn't shut up and wouldn't slow down. Now they're on a collision course. Two young kings rising, one with a ball on a string and eyes like ice, the other with a first step like a thunderclap and a heart that refuses to fold. This isn't a rivalry built on past matchups. It's a rivalry built on momentum, and the league knows, the fans know, they know. There's not enough room on that mountaintop. One burns through you. The other breaks you slowly. There's a reason this rivalry cuts deep. It's not just about talent, it's about how they kill you. Anthony Edwards attacks the game like it owes him something. He doesn't ask, he demands. Every drive, every dunk, every snarl is personal. He wants to humiliate you, embarrass you, and then smile while doing it. He's fire, pure kinetic energy. His first step, nuclear, his bounce, unreal. But it's not just the body, it's the soul. Ant plays like he's chasing something no one else can see. And on the other end, Luka Dončić. You can't speed him up, you can't get in his head. You think you've got him locked, then he fakes, fades, and hits you with a three so soft, it hurts. He's ice, cold, calculated, surgical. Where Ant blazes through chaos, Luka bends chaos to his will. You bring a trap, he finds the slip. You switch, he picks the mismatch. You reach, he makes you pay. He plays like a genius who already knows your next three mistakes. And that's where the tension lives, because one man thrives in speed and the other rules in silence. Ant wants the roar of the crowd, the stare down, the poster dunk. Luka wants the game to slow, to suffocate until you realize he's already written your ending. Cut to a key playoff possession. Ant drives baseline, slam. Next trip, Luka sizes him up. Step back three, no words. Just looks exchanged. Bang. This isn't just style versus style. It's philosophy versus philosophy. Power versus precision. Emotion versus calculation. Fire versus ice. And when they meet, on the biggest stage, every possession feels like a war between two different basketball universes. Chapter 3. The battle for alpha. Leadership isn't given, it's taken. Superstars are born. Alphas are built. In Minnesota, Anthony Edwards walked into a locker room that already had names. All-stars even. Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, veteran voices, big contracts. But none of that mattered. Because Ant made one thing clear from day one. This is my team now. And he didn't do it with politics or locker room whispers. He did it with moments, fourth quarter takeovers, lockdown defense on the opposing star, emotion that ignited the building. He barked, he battled, he backed it all up. You look at the Timberwolves now, they don't move unless Ant moves. KAT gets touches, but Ant gets trust. Rudy protects the paint, but Ant protects the soul of the team. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, Luka Dončić didn't inherit the franchise. He became the franchise. From the moment he touched the court, the Mavs bent around him. Coaches came and went. Rotations shuffled. But Luka, he was the sun, and with Kyrie Irving next to him now, the dynamic has evolved. This isn't just about buckets anymore. It's about command. Luka's not just running plays. He's running egos, reading defenses, calming storms. And when it matters most, everyone looks to him. Not just because he can score, but because he's already done it in the fire. So what happens when two young gods both walk into the same arena, believing they're the center of gravity? What happens when both teams run on their heartbeat? Ant brings the emotion, the heat, the defiance. Luka brings the intellect, the poise, the inevitability. Different fuels, same result. They lead because they refuse to follow. And that's the problem. There's only one alpha in the jungle, and only one can leave the arena with the crown. Chapter 4, the series that defines them. This isn't just basketball. This is a referendum on the future. This is it. They said it was coming. Now it's here. Mavericks versus Timberwolves. Luka versus Ant Western Conference semifinals. A real-time war for the future of the league. The narratives write themselves. Luka, the established genius, on a mission to prove this is still his league to take. Ant, the challenger, surging with momentum, daring the world to believe. And from the opening tip, it's not just about basketball, it's about symbolism. When Ant gets downhill, shrugs off contact, and hammers home a dunk, he's sending a message. I'm the moment now. When Luka sizes up the switch, slows the pace, and calmly drills a step-back three over a hand in his face, he's whispering, this game still runs through me. Game 1. Ant explodes. 35 points. Lockdown defense. Wolves take the opener. The headlines scream, is this the passing of the torch? Game 2. Luka responds. 32-11-9. Controls the tempo. Silences the crowd. Series tied. Twitter floods with clips of Luka smirking. Calm. Dangerous. Every possession now matters. Every glance, every gesture, every timeout interaction gets dissected by fans and analysts alike. It's not just about who wins the series. It's about who walks away from this as the face of the NBA's next decade. The cameras catch it all. Ant jawing after a poster dunk on Lively. Luka clapping back with a no-look dime to Kyrie in traffic. Mic'd up moments, stare-downs, teammates backing their guy, coaches riding momentum swings. This isn't hypothetical anymore. This is the war right now, playing out on our screens, and neither of them is blinking, because both know the truth. You don't share the throne. You take it, or you lose it. Chapter 5. The face of the league. It's not about who scores more. It's about who they follow. This battle was never just about points, or PAR, or usage rates. It's about influence. Because when the lights fade and the scoreboard resets, what matters is this. Whose name echoes louder when the game is over? Whose jersey are the kids wearing on the blacktops? Whose mindset are the next wave of hoopers mimicking in silence? Luka Dončić has been carrying the weight of expectation since he was 16. He was crowned early, global prodigy, the one who'd bring chessboard control back to a highlight-obsessed league. And in every arena he steps in, he reminds you why. With a look, with a pass, with that slow motion, back-breaking step-back three. He doesn't need flash, because he is inevitable. Then there's Anthony Edwards, born into doubt, forged through noise. Every game he plays feels like a statement. He doesn't just show up, he breaks through. And in 2025, he's not asking for attention, he's demanding it. He's charisma, swagger, grit. He brings back that feeling you had watching young MJ, where you knew something wild might happen every single possession. So who's the face? Luka, with his global reach, sky-high IQ, and the look of a player who's just getting started. Or Ant, with the heart of a killer, the voice of a leader, and the flame of a movement. The answer might come in Game 7.